Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys, and today I'm going to do for you one of the movies from the 12 movies in 12 months recommended by 12 friends that I've been doing for a while now. Now I've only got 3 movies left after this, 2. So this one is called Wait Until Dark. It was recommended by Jason the Old Millennial, and this is a 1967 movie starring, the main name you will know here is Audrey Hepburn. Let me just scroll down and give you a couple more names that are in this movie. You know my memory, guys. Alan Arkin, Richard Crenna, Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., Jack Weston, Samantha Jones. So, this movie follows a lady who is completely blind. There's a bit of a crime aspect about this. To give you the setup of the movie, Audrey Hepburn, what's her character name? I'm going to have to keep saying Audrey Hepburn because that's just going to be a right old pain, isn't it? Susie. So Susie's husband is handed a doll at the airport to hold for a lady who's going through the usual customs palaver. It turns out this doll is stuffed with drugs. The lady subsequently goes missing. I won't say anything else about that, but this doll finds itself back in Susie's apartment. And criminals get to know the whereabouts of this doll. They come looking for it, and it's about them trying to find where the doll is, get it with the heroin that's inside, and obviously Susie's completely blind. She's very vulnerable. She's in the apartment on her own, and it's kind of like a cat and mouse kind of thing. If you imagine Hush, but obviously they're not trying to kill her, but they are in her space. They're criminals. They're dangerous men. They try and fool her, or what some of them do, into thinking they've got other sort of like motives, that they're not these bad men that they actually are. So I'll not tell you any more about it, but that's your setup of the movie. If it sounds like my laptop is about to take flight, I apologise. The fan always comes on when I'm talking, even it can't stand the sound of it. Okay, I wasn't a big fan of this movie. Apologies. This is a 7.7 on IMDb, so I think I am probably standing alone in my field again. This is sort of like highly acclaimed. I have never seen it until a few days ago. I think my issue with the movie is, if you think back to older acting, it's very OTT, it's very what I call Rita Hayworth, because that's what Billy Connolly refers to overacting as. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, everything's overegged.
Icebox needs defrosting, darling, only my way this time. More practical. Use plenty of boiling water.
What if I burn both my hands off your way?
Don't. The unconteen's in the emergency drawer. If the weather's okay, try walking over to the studio and back. No cheating.
And I find it really difficult to get on board with something when the acting is that way. Now, I know that's how the acting was then. And funnily enough, if I saw older movies as a kid, that never really bothered me. And things like It's a Wonderful Life, I absolutely adore that movie. Watching movies from that era now as an adult, it's difficult to get on board. There was one that I felt very similarly about, which I know also is massively loved. It was actually on this list. Just let me open it. I'll tell you what it was. Paper Moon. It's the one with the daughter and her father, who are actually father and daughter in real life. That was one where the acting, I could tell it was a really good movie, but it was just so OTT with the acting. This one, it didn't really keep me engrossed. I didn't feel that there was enough of a story going on, that there was enough peril. There was stuff about when this was originally released in the cinema. Patrons were banned from leaving or entering the auditorium, from smoking, which you could do at the time, from any type of light, from talking. Everything had to be pitch black. The lights were dimmed as low as I could put them. And it built this real sense of anticipation for the crowd about this massive final scene that happens of, if you want to call it, confrontation between Susie's character and the criminals in the flat. Obviously, she can't see where they are. They're trying to outwit one another, and it's really put across as this like climactic ending. And I found it pretty underwhelming, to be honest. It's not a bad movie. Obviously, it's not a bad movie. It's 7.7, for God's sake, and Audrey Hepburn's in it. But it wasn't for me. It's maybe just not my kind of thing. So for me, I would probably come in at about a 5 out of 10 for this. That's my personal sort of like score, my personal enjoyment score. I did watch it with my husband, and he was very underwhelmed as well. We can usually tell when each other aren't really liking something, but what we tend to do now is we put it, we watch it to the end, We don't pass any comment on our opinions, and then we discuss at the end, because neither of us wants to put someone off watching a movie that they're really enjoying if one of us is loving it, which does happen sometimes. Example, Us. I loved the movie Us, and Darren wasn't entirely fussed on it. Apologies to Jason, it wasn't particularly my cup of tea. I can see why it's a popular movie, but it just wasn't really for me. So that was my number 10 on the 12 movies from 12 friends to watch in 12 months. And left, I've got Double Dragon to watch. I'm not massively into martial arts movies. And what's the other? Houseboat Horror, recommended by Adam, which I've been told in advance is terrible. So let's look forward to that one. Hopefully I'll get a bit of a guffaw at it at least. But thanks so much for watching, guys. I am actually going to do another Seeking Your 12 recommendations for the latter half of the year. I know I'm running behind with these ones, but I will catch back up, I do promise. I already have 2 for that list, which were recommended to me after I had the full 12 for this list. I think one was from Rashad and one was from Rock God 2004 Nige. So I'm going to be adding those 2. So I will have 10 spaces for 10 movies for you to recommend to me that I haven't seen. So thanks so much for watching this far, folks. I shall be back. I think I'm actually going to record another one of these soon. I'll tell you why. Bit of waffle. I'm sat here ready to go on a live stream with Mike from Did You See That a week early. I'm thinking it was this Sunday night. It's not, it's next week, and I'm here all ready to do it. And I've got the date wrong because I'm a muppet. So I thought, right, I'm ready to go. I've got a spare couple hours. I'll record a couple of videos. Hence where we're getting these. So thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you back in the next one. Over a night from Lisa Loves.